Hi everyone, happy Sunday, Lindsay here. I just parked my car yet again after sitting in traffic and was doing a lot of reflecting on the drive home. And I wanted to share some thoughts with you regarding continuing to develop your mindset and how you can change your habits. Because one habit that I really evaluated at the beginning of the year that I wanted to radically change was drinking. I've always drank since I was a teenager. Don't tell the law that. And then it's been kind of consistent throughout my life, partying in my young 20s. And then even more recently when I was traveling, I was drinking almost nearly every day, and not excessive amounts, but, a glass or two of wine here. And, the occasional night of just being like, ugh. And I always thought about it in my mind of like, I really want to cut back, or it's just not enhancing my life anymore, and it's not something that I'm enjoying. So I made the mindset shift in the beginning of the year that I was just going to do it for 1 month, and now it's at the end of March, and this time it's just been effortless. Like, I quit drinking as a challenge a couple years ago, and I made it about 4 months before I had like something stressful happen and was like, F it, I want to drink. But this time I can be in social situations, such as this morning I was at a brunch with friends and it was like bottomless mimosas and everybody, was having fun. And then yesterday I was at a bridal shower, and normally in situations like that, like I would feel slightly awkward and feel like, oh my God, like I want a drink. Like I would look at drinks and be like, oh, like I want to have a drink. But this time it's not like that for me. Like in my mind, I'm just like, I just feel very calm and peaceful. And it's not like I even look at alcohol like, oh, I want to have a drink or whatever. And I think the main reason why I've been really trying to figure out why this time it has seriously been so easy for me, is that I reassigned or adjusted my feelings and emotions towards alcohol. And what I mean about that is that before, I used to always associate alcohol as being something that was pleasurable and something that, oh yeah, I can't wait to have a glass of wine when I get home from work, or I want to meet my friends for drinks. It always had this like positive, pleasurable emotion attached to it. But then the deeper that I dug down into my true feelings that I was having about alcohol, like I just didn't like the anxiety that it gave me, or oh God, the freaking hangovers. Like once I reached 26, like my ability to function as a proper adult after a night of drinking just like dramatically plummeted. And I would just like not feel good about it. Like I just didn't feel good about drinking, even though it was something that everybody around me was doing and I was going out and it was fun in the moment. Like I didn't like the dread and the negative emotions that I felt afterwards. So once I really identified how much that was affecting my feelings, I realized like, wow, like drinking causes me way more pain than pleasure. And when I had this epiphany, it was like a scale tip. Like there's, 50-50 pain or pleasure. And this goes for a lot of things in life. But if you're more like, ooh, pleasure, you're going to keep doing that habit, whether it's drinking or smoking or binge eating or whatever it might be. But if you really evaluate how you truly feel and either the benefits or the negative consequences you are of a habit, and you start making that shift in your emotions and the emotions that you tie to that feeling, like now I look at alcohol and it's not like I'm never going to drink alcohol again. I really have nothing against alcohol. It was just a personal decision that I wanted to see, like, oh, okay, is this something that's possible for me to do without feeling like, oh my God, I'm depriving myself. And so now when I look at alcohol, it's like, okay, maybe one day I'll eventually enjoy it again. But right now I know that I'm pretty sensitive to the anxious side effects that alcohol creates when I drink it. So now it's like I feel like more people feel awkward to drink around me when they find out, or even like meet up. Like for instance, I was like going to meet with a friend. I'm like, well, we can meet for a drink, but just let you know I'm not drinking. Like people get a little weird about it. And it's not, I don't care what other people are doing. Like I freaking still love red wine. It's not that I've broken up with it. It's just that this little phase of my life, it's been interesting to now experience that I have that decision or not. Whereas before I just always felt like, oh, I'll just have a drink. And it was easy. So I think that's the main thing that I wanted to communicate, that if you're trying to change a habit, whether it's, you know, a bad habit, such as like eating junk food, or same thing goes, like I really have cut out a lot of sugar and gluten and junk food in my life, because I used to always think like we assign the emotions and the feelings to them, oh, they're treats and they're good and they're delicious, and they freaking are. Like I do enjoy the occasional, you know, junk, but I think the feelings, like especially for me, since I have a lot of like food sensitivity issues going on, like I always just felt like shit when I would eat that stuff. It wasn't a matter of like not wanting to get fat. It was like I would just have a stomach ache, bad gas, like super sexy, but it's the truth. Like I just wouldn't feel good. And finally I finally was like, Lindsay, pull your shit together. Like, you know, you're causing yourself a lot of pain by eating these foods and more than pleasure. So like, once again, that scale tipped, and I was like, oh, so now it's like I look at certain foods, and it's not that I'm assigning like a taste to them or a desire anymore. I'm assigning like, for me, I'm like, is that gonna make me happy and bring me pleasure, or is it gonna bring me more pain and suffering? So I hope that this little mindset thing, because it is powerful. Like the more I think about it, I'm like, wow, like it really, that is the true reason that's like I've been able to build up my motivation and it's not my confidence, but it's more like my sense of self-control and my willpower, so to say, by using this technique of, you know, evaluating my emotions, number one, and how I'm currently assessing certain things. And then number two, really deciding on, after I kind of gather all of my thoughts, like, okay, is that something that is going to be a positive thing or a negative thing? Is it going to be painful or is it going to be pleasurable? And use that. So if you're kind of on the fence and want to change your habits, it's a good idea to just step back and think like, okay, what is my outcome that I want? And figuring out your current behaviors and what you're not doing and what you're doing, and then figure out the little mindset shifts that you might need to change. And I'm going to end the video now because I turned off my car and I have the windows up, and I am starting to glisten and sweat. And also, too, I want to go and soak up this California sun before it gets too late. But I hope this helps out, and this can also be applied to travel. You know, if you feel like travel is going to be scary, or you're not going to know where you are, you're going to be, you know, uncertain of the language, like how painful is that truly going to be versus the adventure and the learning experiences that you can acquire from traveling. So I hope everyone has a great Sunday, and as always, feel free to comment or reach out to me, and I will talk to you soon. All right, ciao. Bye, everyone.